at this. This is exactly why I'm getting a haircut, because this is outrageous.
Perfect. And we are streaming live. Stream is live.
Okay, good. I definitely don't want to be looking like an emo guy on live there. That'd be so wonderful.
Well, I guess it's just the three of us tonight, T-Bone.
Well, it's gonna be the two of you for a little bit. As soon as I get this hair done, I will be back. But I definitely get this hair done.
Fair enough.
Sorry. Yeah, it's just getting too long. It really is. So you're thinking Roger Rabbit, boss? You good with Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. I mean, that was my personal pick because I just find it funny, but I felt like the courtroom or the room courtroom. No,
Aaron, did you just assume everybody's gender up here?
dude, what? What? No representation, dude. What are you talking about? Okay, it is that time. Are you guys ready?
No, but we'll see what happens.
Hey,
Yeah, but for some reason I'm having trouble with getting the audio out to YouTube. Hold on, it's OBS is not being very nice to me. Why are you not? I don't understand. This was working. I swear to God. Okay, screw it. Okay, just a second. Hold on.
okay, no, take your time. Take your time.
Okay, we're good now. My audio source in OBS is for some reason not cooperating, but it is now. We are good.
All right.
Let's get this party started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Midday Rush. I'm your host, T-Bone, and with me, as always, pushing the buttons, we have our dear Roma Nation!
Happy thrilling Thursday, y'all. Let's get it.
In our next chair, we have the person filling in for the lovely Biddy, the lovely Crimson. How are you, my dear?
She's cooking dinner right now.
She is cooking.
I'm
dinner
doing
right now,
fine.
so
Thank
we
you.
will get back to her. In our last chair, we have none other than the wise man himself, Brian. How are you today, good sir?
All right, I'm doing pretty good now that I've figured out. Well, now that I've put a band-aid on the problem. But yeah,
Good.
just want to remind everybody we are live on YouTube, and I will be posting the link very quickly, very shortly. So,
Guys, I will be heading out for a little bit, but I will be back. Roma, please take us away with the very first article, sir.
All righty then. This is from CBS News. Arizona Republicans block attempt to repeal abortion ban. The Arizona legislature devoured in shouts of shame, shame on Wednesday as Republican lawmakers quickly shut down discussion on a proposed repeal of the state's newly revived 1864 law that criminalizes abortion throughout pregnancy unless a woman's life is at risk. Now, the state Supreme Court cleared the way on Tuesday for enforcement of the pre statehood law. Arizona abortion providers vowed Wednesday to continue service until they are forced to stop, possibly within weeks. And State Attorney General Chris May said she will not prosecute anyone under this draconian law. State legislators convened as pressure mounted from Democrats and some Republicans, including former President Donald Trump, for them to intervene. House Democrats and at least one Republican tried to open discussion on repeal of the 1864 abortion ban, which holds no exceptions for rape or incest. GOP leaders who command the majority cut it off twice and quickly adjourned for the week. Outraged Democrats erupted in finger-waving chants of shame. Shame. All right, so look at what's going on now. Tim talks about a lot about the Supreme Court decision to move it back down to the states, and he thinks that it's a bad idea because at first it was different states having different procedures and different laws and putting people in position to where they have to travel in and out of different jurisdictions in order to do so. Case in point, if you look at, that thin line between Oklahoma and Colorado, it's the same thing there. Like, it's literally polar opposites on the other side of a thin sheet of paper. But now we're having this issue in jurisdictions, and not even the state legislatures and the AG are on the same page about this. What are your thoughts?
Well, we've got when you talk about that thin line that separates Colorado and Oklahoma, and the two states being on polar opposites. Yeah, I get it. I understand why people would want a national standard, but the Constitution does not really give Congress the authority to set a national standard in this regard. So, I mean, it has to fall back to the states as a matter of just constitutional necessity.
Exactly. Because, I mean, during the founding of this document, I mean, that wasn't exactly something that was put in. I mean, of course, you've got the amendments, but even what is it, the 14th Amendment?
Yeah.
For which one?
For abortion.
I can't remember what the number is.
Yeah, like autonomy. I think autonomy was the main focus there. I have a feeling that this is going to go right back to the Supreme Court. And what were you saying, Crimson?
I'm just thinking that everybody wants big daddy government to be the big authority because they think if the federal government says it's so, then that's just going to be the law of the land. And we're just so polarized as a society, and we just have so many people with so many different moral codes. This is definitely something that nobody is ever going to be truly unified on. But at the same time, usually with the left, it is a all or nothing. We have it our way or nobody's way.
Right. And it's that same question that's going to be coming back time and time and time again is when exactly is, a fetus, a child, or an unborn child, or like a child that can think for itself or survive on its own. There's this really weird, I think they've got it down to what, like 26 weeks in which brain activity starts to flourish or whatnot. But even then, people have arguments on if whether they're even able to like think and remember and understand, but we'll never know that, at least right now, because we don't have the technology to understand it.
I think a lot of it has to do, honestly, with specifically because we always know that they always want the exception for rape and incest. I understand why they want that, but it is still like less than 5% of all cases where really I think the heart and soul of the matter is we have a selfish society that wants instant gratification with no repercussions. So a lot of women out there want the physical pleasure of sex, but they don't want the consequences of what sex can actually come to. So really, it is a self-gratification mindset. But that's just my opinion.
Well, it's not. That's not just in in sex. I mean, that you can say that about everything. You know, about
Oh
fast
yeah.
food, video games, just really anything at this point. And you can blame the internet partially for that. Um,
We have a very
but
hedonistic society.
yeah, exactly. Because if you go down to a place where not everybody has the internet, you know, the mentalities change. I wonder why that is. You know, It's- but it's funny because if you look at some of the charts out there when it comes to like racism and police brutality and stuff like that back in 2012, when algorithms started to really push these things out, you saw a spike in engagement on a lot of those things. So that's just, I mean, they're using human nature against itself. But here I'll go ahead and continue because this is really important. This is from looks like Teresa Martinez, who's one of the, let's see, Republican state representative. So they said that there was no reason to rush the debate. She accused the Democrats of screaming at us and engaging in extremist and insurrectionist behavior on the House floor. I would love to see this. I'm going to see if I can find this before the show ends. Um, we are navigating an extremely complex, emotional, and important area of law and policy. In my opinion, removing healthy babies from healthy mothers is not health care nor reproductive care. Wow, that's actually she might be right there. Um, pregnancy is not an illness; it should be celebrated. It is an abortion that terminates life. You know, they talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, life is the first thing that's there. So what is the argument to that? Is it, you know, to go back to my paper thin line, is life start when, you know, I don't want to get graphic here, but when there's a head past that line, an arm past that line? What if the toe gets stuck? I mean, I know I'm joking here, but where's the cutoff? You know, so um but I think that's a pretty good argument. I would like to see someone from the other side debate that. You know, because if you use that old argument that the left uses where the baby is a parasite that can be killed, then, you know, mental health is a parasite that needs to be dealt with as far as guns are concerned. You can't have it both ways.
Right. Agreed.
So, you know, so you got to have some type of logic somewhere.
For sure. I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, it would be nice to have, you know, that standard, but, you know, who sets it? You know, that's the question.
Right. All right, let's move on to Business Insider. That's what she said. Letitia James is not done with Donald Trump. Now she wants to know if he withheld evidence in her fraud case. Oh, so now they're trying to push this in the other direction? Oh, this ought to be interesting. Oh, and I cannot read it.
Oh, is it?
Or can I? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I can. Okay, there we go. New York Attorney General Letitia James is not content in rest of her $454 million civil fraud trial victory, even as Trump's debt to the state keeps snowballing, growing, and punishing $5 million in interest since February. No, James still has some unfinished Trump business on her calendar. She is asking hard questions about the $175 million bond that would safeguard at least some of what Trump owes New York while his appeals losing the while he appeals losing the trial. I guess that's what that says. A hearing on the bond's financial soundness is set for Monday, April 22nd. And James is also intending to hold Trump's feet to the fire along with his feet of his lawyers over something her office have complained about for 4 years: the withholding of evidence. The integrity of the fraud trial may be at stake, she argued. The AG is looking at 3 internal Trump Organization email chains from 2016 that were never turned over to her office during her 5 years of pursuing Trump for tricking banks into thinking he's worth more than he is. James knows the emails. Manhattan prosecutor used them as evidence in sending former Trump CFO Alan Weisenberg to jail for perjury on Monday. But the emails in which Weiselberg and the Trump org underlying responses to Forbes magazine and questions about the value of Trump's Manhattan tripleplex penthouse. We're not among the 900,000 documents Trump org turned over to James fraud probe. Quote, the court is well within its authority to determine if the defendants of the counsel facilitated a perjury by withholding of incriminating documents. Solving that mystery is certainly within the power of the court to safeguard the integrity of its own proceedings. What integrity? What integrity? I'm sorry. He had, all that evidence from the banks that they didn't even allow to exist in his first part of the trial. So what integrity are you talking about? Uh-oh, here comes Crimson. What you got?
Crimson?
Uh-oh, I think you got discorded. Or
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you got discorded. You got to exit the room, come back in, and we'll let you back up. But yeah, so like what about all that evidence? So let me guess. So that's not okay, even though, when it comes to what is it, the rule of Lenin? When it comes to things that you're not sure about, that it's supposed to side with the actual defendant and not the prosecution.
Right.
So if you're not going to allow him to defend themselves, regardless of what type of court it is, then where is it where you get to have the same idea to go after them for emails of things that they didn't think they were going to need in the first place?
Right.
So, I mean, that's my 2 cents on that.
I mean,
right. Let's go ahead.
I'd say there's a serious double jeopardy thing going on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
There we go.
All right. What you got for us?
I tried to mute myself earlier, but apparently I hit leave stage rather than just mute. But I'm back in my office now, so I'm not cooking anymore.
Oh, nice. So what I think, Aaron says they would have to find some way to justify that it was requested in discovery. Well, that's true, because if they didn't ask for it in discovery, or if this is something that wasn't part of the original first part of the trial, then you can't just add it in afterwards. It would have to be a completely separate trial, wouldn't it?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, or they would have to throw everything out and start all over again. Now, I'm sure they don't want to do that because they've already been delayed so many times.
See that it's not having the effect that they want it to. The whole reason is to try to dissuade the public from voting for him or to see him in a bad light, but all it's done is just boost his numbers.
Oh, absolutely. Literally in every single step. Oh, a second, I gotta type something in. There we go, Elizabeth. All right, moving on to the next. This is from Dominion News, formerly known as Fox News. Senate strikes down Biden administration's climate regulations targeting car emissions. The Senate administration's actions mandating states to track and set reduction goals for greenhouse gas emissions from vehicles on highways. The chamber approved the resolution in a 53-47 vote in which Senator Kristen Sinema, independent of Arizona, Sherrod Sherrod Brown of Ohio, John Tester of Montana, and Joe Manchin of West Virginia joined every Republican voting in the affirmative. The bill was introduced in February by Senator Kevin Cramer, Shelley Moore, Capito, and Manchin. Few things are more frustrating in government than unelected bureaucrats asserting authority they don't have and foisting federal mediocrity in the excellence of states. So I'm trying to figure out, so is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I honestly, yeah, I'm a little confused about it myself. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because it says here, let's see, so it's Biden's actions mandating states to track and set reduction goals. So this is something that Biden wanted, that all the Republicans, so it looks like the independent from Arizona, John Tester from Democrat from Montana. So as a Democrat, he must be trying to keep his seat.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening here. All right. So illegal rule. The Senate will take up a bipartisan resolution that overturns Biden's administration obviously illegal rule that requires state departments of transportation to measure CO2 tailpipe emissions, then set the declining targets for vehicles traveling on the highway systems in their respective states. Okay, so I guess this is sort of like a mid-good okay story. The resolution in response to regulations the Department of Transportation's Federal Highway Administration finalized in November, which the agency said supports President Biden's whole of government approach of reducing carbon emissions by 50% by 2030. Agenda 2030, folks. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, or Booty Guy,
Booty
said that
guy.
at the time that the regulations provide states with flexibility to set their own climate targets. However, Kramer and other lawmakers argued that the FHWA overstepped its congressional authority in issuing the regulations, which essentially imposed performance measures on state departments of transportation and metropolitan planning organizations. Kramer blasted the FHWA for justifying the rules by saying Congress did not explicitly bar the action. So if I say you probably shouldn't do that, that means yes? Anyways, the Biden administration should have never introduced this rule, but now we, the policymaking branch of the government, must end it, the North Dakota Republican said.
Oh, sorry, Rama.
So,
I got distracted by mod chat crap. Sorry.
nope, I got you. I'm probably going to see that soon anyway.
Yeah.
Are they finally growing a backbone?
It's
Hopefully.
possible. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I mean, this on the priority list is probably like, but I guess you got to start somewhere, especially
Well,
if
the
you.
bigger issue is going to be recognizing the tiny steps that they are just continuously moving the goalposts little by little by little. And if we don't start standing up even at the little stuff, it's going to end up to the point where we're going to have cars with kill switches. I mean, that's already in the works, and there's a bill in Congress right now that is trying to stop that.
Yeah, exactly. I think we talked about that this morning on Casper, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they're trying to any car made after 2026, they're trying to create a mandate in which there's a kill switch in the car when needed, which is it's almost the same as like having internet access to your vehicle and having control through the internet. That's just no, thank you. I'll pass.
Nope.
I'll keep that. What did they say? That's gonna allow all of the vehicles from all the vehicles prior to 2026 to skyrocket in price.
Oh yeah, the pre-owned car industry is going to boom if that were to happen.
Oh, and I got one that has no technology in it at all. That's gonna be worth millions. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's see. What do we got? 623. All right. This is from Des Moines Register. I guess this is a first time for this one. Kim Reynolds signs Texas-style immigration law criminalizing illegal re-entry into Iowa. Governor Kim Reynolds has signed a Texas-style immigration law allowing Iowa officers to arrest undocumented immigrants under a new crime of illegal re-entry into the state. Reynolds signed Senate File 2340 Wednesday, making it a crime to attempt to enter Iowa after being previously deported or barred from entering the United States. It takes effect July 1st. The Biden administration has failed to enforce our nation's immigration laws, putting the protection of the safety of Iowans at risk. Those who come to our country illegally have broken the law, yet Biden refuses to deport them. This bill gives Iowa law enforcement the power to do what he is unwilling to do, enforce immigration laws already on the books. Now, question. When you arrest them and you book them, what do you do with them afterwards?
Ideally, you put them in jail until they go to trial, or they post a bail or a bond. But yeah, that's what you normally do.
You know, I have an idea. What if all the states that are being affected by this negatively all pull their resources together and create like an area in which kind of like I don't want to say a retention camp, but like
Retention
something
camp.
retention camp.
Rehousing territory.
Housing territory. Yeah, so the like somewhere to hold them until Biden decides to finally figure out what he's going to do with them. So instead of giving them over to the government and say, "Hey, they're still in our state, so you need to let us know what your intentions are first before we release them."
Well, better than what we're doing now. I mean, right?
It's not illegal.
Right?
I mean, they entered the country illegally and then crossed state lines into
Yeah.
their states. So why can't they do that?
I mean, technically, we can treat them as foreign entities. I know that the current administration is trying to have the definition of citizen changed to make it more muddied, is probably not the right word.
Who is making these decisions? Who are the people that are making decisions to change definitions? Who are those people? Like who gets to decide that? Who's they?
Who is they? Unfortunately, it is people in the administration, and they're putting forth bills because all the time, a lot of bills that get put into Congress, a lot of the amendments are to change specific definitions. So if they start taking old laws and adding amendment to bills to redefine legal terminology, that is how they're getting away with a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean, because the next best thing will be this. So this is kind of like a blessing and a curse, all right? So what they're going to end up doing is sending all the illegal immigrants, to New York and California, and that does two things. It'll force people out of those same said states, but then who will regulate the citizenship in those states to the United States? Because we already know this administration would do it in a heartbeat if they had the overwhelming authority to do it.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, it is a. I mean, but there is a part of, at what point does the federal government and laws override state laws? Because I know a lot of states are starting to wake up and see that things are not working as well as they hoped, and some of them are standing up and fighting back. I'm not exactly sure what it is in North Carolina where I am, but I know South Carolina, they actually have a task force that prosecutes illegals that they find in their state.
Right. So the easiest way to do that is just to round them all up, and then be like, hey, listen, they're being fed. They have a place to sleep. We're not treating them poorly. What are you going to do with them? Let us know. All right, so let's move on to the AP. Water pouring out of a rural Utah dam through 60-foot crack, putting nearby town at risk. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Norris was here. Moving on. This is the Communist News Network. Florida woman who stole Ashley Biden's diary in 2020 sentenced to 1 month in jail. A woman was sentenced 1 month of prison and 3 years probation for selling the diary of President Joe Biden's daughter to Project Veritas in 2020. Amy Harris was sentenced to Manhattan courtroom, Manhattan, Tuesday to 1 month prison and 3 years. Supervised release, according to Nicholas Bias, spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office of Southern District of New York. Harris, 41, pleaded guilty to stealing Ashley Biden's belongings in 2020 after she moved to Delray Beach, Florida, home where the daughter, now president, had recently lived and temporarily stored some personal belongings. Now, I guess, I mean, this might be one of those situations. I mean, she already admitted to stealing, but did she really, though?
I just typed that in the chat. The story is she found it. It was left behind in this place of residency. She happened to find it, and she was even nervous to do anything with it, so she gave it to Veritas. But again, with the liberal media, she stole it.
Yeah, but it says here Harris, 41, pleaded guilty to stealing Ashley Biden's belongings. But what did it actually say in there? Was it just wrongfully detained? Or did they just make up words like they normally do?
I mean, it can't be anything other than theft of personal property, right?
Right. And they found this in Florida, right? Yeah, Delray Beach, Florida. So I think in Florida, it's 30 days to come and retrieve your item. So unless she sold it to Project Veritas within those 30 days, man, they need to start getting some better lawyers. My goodness.
Right.
Well, also, why are they not going after anybody else involved, like anybody from Project Veritas, who actually released the information?
Well, because they are a media company, So the thing about Project Veritas, especially then, is that those smaller media companies, they know how to punch up. They really do.
They do.
Because they are under the same regulation, the same constitutional barriers that the major corporations are. So they can always look up a case that's very similar to it and completely get it tossed out. Make it very easy. So now they're going after the people that have actually done those things, which I'm actually surprised that they even know who did it. I wouldn't have put my name out there. But wondering how that happened. And then let's get on to our final story. O.J. Simpson. Oh, the mighty have fallen. Football hero.
Oh my gosh.
Acquitted of murder. The trial of the century. Dies at 76. Don't care.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't
I didn't even know he died.
Based.
This is a psyop of some sort that popped up out of nowhere. No, I'm just kidding. No, so yes, I am very salty about this because I can't tell you how many text messages I got today of, hey, OJ's dead. Do you know OJ's dead? Hey, the juice, he's gone. Hey, this and that. It's like, don't care.
He wasn't relevant for the past how many years? Why is he relevant now? I'm sorry, but not sorry.
Ding dong, the winch is gone. Anyways, so where was everybody the day of the verdict? I want to know.
What year was this again?
I think it was 1996.
Ooh, 96.
96, I would have been uh yeah, I still would have been a tank platoon leader in Fort Benning, Georgia. I can't remember dang. I can't remember what I was doing when that came. I guess I was just so far removed from because yeah, being a young army officer and all that, it just really wasn't relevant to me at the time, I guess.
And I was
Too
only
bad.
7 years old, so I would have been in only what, second grade at the time. I probably would have been in school.
Yeah, I was in 6th grade, math, Mr. Ryder's class, 4th period. I remember, and I remember this distinctly because while this trial was going on, I mean, Mr. Ryder, he was a great teacher, great math teacher. Don't get me wrong, but he had something against OJ. Like he was just like he did it. This guy, I mean, he would go off on tangents anytime anyone brought it up. So I remember when the verdict came through, and this kid named Kenny, like when they said that he was not guilty, jumped up and was like, "Woohoo, we did it!" Then he was like, "Shut up, Kenny, and sit down." He sat right down. It was hilarious. But
Wow.
but yeah, but it was definitely one of those things where I mean, I wasn't old enough to really understand what happened, but I was old enough to know that two people were dead and he was involved at some point, you know. But he was acquitted in that trial, but then I think a couple years later there was a civil suit against him
Yeah.
where he was not able to hide from anything, and he ended up losing a lot of money. And I think Crimson, that's when you were talking about him, um, the whole reason why he probably went out and tried to steal all of his old stuff back because he had to sell it all in order to pay off all this debt.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I believe uh he was found liable in the wrongful death in the wrongful deaths of Nicole Kidman and the dude
Nicole Kidman.
or Nicole whatever, Nicole Simpson and Ron what was his name? I don't know.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's been a while. But anyways, it's 6:36. It's late, but there's only three of us up here, so we can do whatever we want.
We can
Hey.
screw it, we'll do it live. Okay, yeah, I guess
We will
y'all are
do it
expecting
live.
a beer not segment from me, right? Oh no, what happened to my
Correct,
notepad?
because I
Maybe.
definitely don't have one.
Okay. I got it. All right.
So while he's looking, an announcement is to be made
Hmm.
tonight on Timcast IRL is Simona Papadopoulos. Who?
Oh, say that 3 times fast. Papadopoulos.
Let's see. Simona Megante Papadopoulos. Oh, wow. That's a Spanish middle name.
She's
My goodness.
Okay, so beer not that time of evening where I guess Crimson, you're doing double duty. You're gonna have to fill in for T-Bone at this point. Uh, let's get. I'm presenting two headlines here. One of which is a real headline. The other one comes from the Babylon Bee. Your job is to find the fake headline. We're picking out the Bee. Okay. Headline numero uno. And Roman, if you do me a kindness and create a 1-minute poll.
Already in.
All right. Escaped individual caught on video trying to board train in Australia on 4 legs. Headline number 2. Sheila Jackson Lee named head of Harvard Astronomy Department. I know. Yeah.
What was the second one again?
Sheila Jackson Lee named head of Harvard Astronomy Department.
She is head of.
Oh, wait. Oh. I had to think about that one for a minute. Well, see, my first initial thought, escaped individual caught on video trying to board train in Australia on 4 legs. We live in a just crazy world. And we always say, you know, fact is stranger than fiction. So honestly, I initially did think that was the true one, because then I remembered Sheila Jackson Lee. She was the woman that recently said like the moon was made of gases. It's like mostly gas or whatever. So yeah, I believe naming her the head of the astronomy might be a little far fetched. So I think B is the fake one. B
All right.
headline B is the B article.
Okay, so all right, Crimson says B is to B. Looks like the chat is heavily favoring you. Apparently, I have
Not even heavily. It's like all of them.
it's unanimous. So okay, let me swap out my what I'm showing you here, and I will reveal the right answer. And
Here we go.
dang it, does that every time? Okay.
Did Brian just buy another potato?
No. Okay, I am multitasking like a mofo right now. Okay, there you go.
Yep, that is the B article. Woo!
That is the B article.
It's probably the easiest B ever.
Yeah, probably.
So to borrow from T-Bone's little, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got to give homage to him.
Right.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our second segment because we horribly failed at that one.
That's my fault.
This is Caption This. Is where you in the audience, I am going to give you an AI photo. What we're going to do is when I post it, it is up to you in the audience to come up with the best caption. The person with the best caption wins Caption This for the day. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Caption This.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh, Roger Rabbit. Such a good show or movie.
Oh, these are great. Hold on, let me see if I can get this.
Yeah, so we actually have a live viewer on YouTube. He even put in a comment and everything. Yeah, Justin Sims.
Yay!
So Justin, if you're still watching, shout out.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up so that people on YouTube can see. Ta-da! All right, Justin, caption this. Brian, keep an eye on that. Let me know what he says. Oh, I'm sorry. I have been corrected, ladies and gentlemen. Count Scrapjaw just informed me that Simona Megante Papadopoulos is a Italian, not Spanish, journalist and attorney from former legal advisor to the European Parliament. My bad.
Is she hot?
Yeah. She's Paysian.
I think that's Paisan.
Paisan?
Yeah, I think that's.
She's a Paisan. Fact check. Oh, you guys are funny. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start at the top. So here are the answers to caption this. We've got Daddy.
Oh.
We've got Roger Rabbit on that Jolly Roger. We've got Roger Rabbit framed himself. We've got getting Jessica back ruined my effing life. We've got Roger Rabbit moves to Portland and falls in with the wrong crowds.
I've got one from YouTube from Justin Sims. Roger too far down the rabbit hole.
That's a good one.
Nice. Here, I'm gonna put this in for him. This is for Justin from YouTube. Roger Rabbit too far down the rabbit hole. There you go. I got you, Justin. All right, what do we got here? We've got, as part of community service, Roger had to film a PSA on the weeds. We've got smoke break after giving Jessica the good carrot. Let's see. We've got year of the rabbit, reign of the Biden. We've got kids, don't buy drugs, become a movie star and get them for free. We've got Jessica Rabbit is in the room behind me. I like to have a smoke after doing the nasty. Yup. Wish I had a nicer room. We've got, do you know what happens to a tune when they can't stop laughing? Then, of course, we got Justin from YouTube. Roger Rabbit too far down the rabbit hole. We've got, so she started in OnlyFans. Wow, Justin, you're getting a lot of 20s here, my guy. Dude, everybody, love it.
It's a good one.
Let's see. We've got, I tried out for the Mad Hatter role, but all they wanted was a white rabbit. A white rabbit. We've got Roger Rabbit after hearing Ben Shapiro rap. And then finally, Roger Rabbit found out Jessica was pregnant, decided to bail out faster than my biological father. Wow.
I'm telling you, this is a great photo. I'm telling you. I mean, I came at just the right time.
You got some good ones today, T-Bone.
Well, I mean, I would try and put up a poll, but I think it's pretty unanimous. So,
I agree.
Justin from YouTube, you are the winner. No, we can't pull you up on stage. You'd have to join the Discord here, and then possibly that could happen. But we'll figure something out.
I'm pretty sure he's already a member over here. Yeah.
Yeah, probably is. Oh man, this is hilarious. Well, congratulations, Justin. You you just beat everybody that's here. Oh, I love it. Controversy at its greatest. All right. Ooh, I'm very blurry. Let's fix that. Hey, there we go. All right. So what is it? 6:47. So we've got about 10 minutes here. Crimson, would you like to shout out anything? Give us a white pill. What you got?
Unfortunately, I don't have any white pills per se, but just overall, I do feel that the pendulum is swinging back toward the right. I'm just still watching. Keep prepping. Make sure you got your toilet paper, your non-perishable foods. Stay safe and be situationally aware. Mm-hmm. That's going to be your biggest defense against whatever's going to be happening in this country.
Hey, also, don't forget that, like, Chef Boyardee, all that food is cooked.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not too bad for you. I mean, it's a lot of carbs, but, like, if you've got nothing else, just snag a whole bunch of cans of that.
I'm partial to the Progresso soups myself.
Oh yes, I've got a whole thing somewhere in the vicinity of my house that I will not disclose. And it's heavily guarded.
That is probably wise. That is probably wise.
Put up your tinfoil hats.
Tinfoil hats, y'all. Yeah, let's see. What do
did
I got going on
miss?
this week? Oh, yeah, that's right. I've got Roma Nation this weekend at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this week's episode is This versus That, the two-tiered justice system. You don't want to miss out. And then we've got, let's see, the Pretard Cast right after this. We also got, Brian, what you got to show?
Oh yeah, we've got the leftovers, weekend leftovers with Elizabeth and myself. That'll be Saturday, 2 p.m. You want to check out the events calendar. There's a lot going on. There's like poker nights with Michael and just a lot of fun stuff going on. So, come for the midday rush, stay for all the fun we have doing everything else around here.
Exactly.
Brian,
Aaron
you sound
says-
so excited.
Aaron says I grow my own veggies and some fruit. Oh yeah, we definitely have. We've got enough veggies for maybe like a month supply. Well, it's not that big yet, but we're working on it. And then we
That's
also
what
have.
she said.
That's what she said. And we also got strawberries. We got a strawberry bush and also strawberries that grow from the ground, like little small ones. My kids love it. They just run around. They're like, oh, no, dirt all over their face and everything. So,
Big fruit.
yeah, right. God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt. Anyways, T-Bone, what you got to shout out here?
What did I walk into?
Oh, this was like one of the greatest episodes ever. I wonder why.
Mm. Well, I'll tell you, the Justin Sims, who is a YouTube watcher, he's not in here live with us. He's watching from YouTube. Basically, won your caption this, and we've got somebody named JD who looks a whole lot like somebody else I know around here. Just giving us all kinds of emojis in the YouTube chat. So, yeah.
So I don't know if you guys announced it already, but tonight on Timcast IRL is Simona. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that.
We did. We
Yeah,
tried.
yeah. Don't torture yourself, T-Bone. It's
Papadopoulos.
La Bella Italiana.
Bala yabba dabba doo.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's a lovely Italian American.
Grazie, prego.
Grazie.
So she's one of my people? Wonderful! I really have to watch tonight then.
Yes, indeed.
Oh man, that's great. So anybody out in the audience here that would like to jump up on stage and embarrass yourselves just like us, please join the club. Raise those hands, shall we?
Sir, if there's anyone who's being embarrassed, it's me, and it's because of the roast session that you guys always have.
Really?
Huh?
Come on.
okay. Bomb B, you're gonna need to go to the bot channel and type /refresh.
Is it backslash or forward slash?
Forward slash.
Yeah, forward slash refresh. There it is. Elizabeth's got it for you.
Fish. So explain to me, how did today's caption this go? Because kind of wasn't here for it.
We had some
but
funny
I definitely
ones.
wanna- Yeah.
Let's see. We had Daddy. We had Roger Rabbit framed himself. We had Roger Rabbit on that Jolly Roger. We had Getting Jessica Back ruined my effing life. We got Roger Rabbit moves to Portland and falls in with the wrong crowds. Roger Rabbit finds his new way not to laugh. As part of community service, Roger had to film a PSA on the weeds. Smoke break after giving Jessica the good carrot. We've got Year of the Rabbit, Reign of the Biden. We've got Kids Don't Buy Drugs, Become a Movie Star and Get Them for Free. Jessica Rabbit's in the room behind me, like I have to smoke after doing the nasty. Yep. Wish I had a nicer room. Do you know what happens to a tune when they can't stop laughing? Then we had Justin from YouTube was like, Roger Rabbit too far down the rabbit hole.
I like that one. I like that one.
Yep. And then we got tried out for Bad Hatter role, but all they wanted was a white rabbit. A white rabbit. And then Roger Rabbit found out Jessica was pregnant, decided to bail out faster than my biological father.
Do you have a biological father?
I do have a biological father. Actually, I saw him today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I need to see my dad. I haven't seen my dad in a bit.
If you haven't seen your dad, does he actually exist?
Yeah.
It's a bear shit in the woods. Okay, bad joke.
I don't
All right,
know.
so
I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Don't know.
all right.
But I will say, tomorrow, I'm very, very excited for tomorrow's Caption This because it has been an executive decision made that we are going to have 2 photos for Caption This, and it's going to be the very first time we're doing 2 photos. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about it, but it's something new we're going to be trying out, and I kind of excited to see how it goes, not gonna lie.
Are you now?
Yeah. Why, Chris? Would you like to say something, sir?
I'd like to say a lot of things.
Okay, yeah. Well, then go ahead. Go ahead right now. Go ahead.
Guys, we've talked about the guest tonight, or these guys have talked about the guest. Get your questions in to talk to the guest yourself.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
Challenge her. I've already put mine in. Where's yours?
Let me
Already.
see. Let me see what
Okay,
you
so
got
like
here.
you do have a 2-week
Roma's
period
gonna love it.
if you like have called in before. I believe my 2 weeks are up. But I don't know what I'd like to say to this woman regarding oh yeah, one of our heroes was passing today. Yeah. Wait, what?
Don't care.
The orange
Wait,
juice
I
has
thought-
expired.
What?
The OJ has expired.
The OJ,
Yeah, I thought
the juice has indeed
yeah.
expired. We need not speak anymore of this.
Mm-hmm.
IOC.
I thought it was great because she's a California attorney. Opening that way. So we shall see.
Yeah, this is going to be.
We shall
interesting.
see.
She probably has a lot of good
Sorry,
insight.
I wasn't paying attention.
All right, I'm gonna jump down. I gotta run to the bathroom before I actually have to be on the stage.
Yeah, because you have
Hey.
your own show too.
And as
Don't
soon as
forget
I
about
end this
that.
stage, I'm definitely running to the bathroom because.
Oh yeah, no,
boy.
me too. Because
Yeah, this
I
old bladder is
I
not the
also
same.
must use the restrooms. Honestly, I'm kind of excited to listen to what this woman has to say, guys. If you haven't gotten your question in, please do get it. And that's all I got.
Also,
There we
just as
go.
a reminder, the lovely Elizabeth has her It's Complicated relationship on Saturday at 1 a.m.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I completely forgot about that, guys. I really should go to that thing because it's apparently relationship advice, and yeah,
Gonna be great.
definitely. But like it's at 1 a.m. So, oh, it sucks. But okay, it's fine. I'll be there. We'll be there. Are we good to wrap it up? The guest has a super thick accent, FYI. Like
Yes.
thick as in Italian thick, or like how? Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be great then. I love European accents.
Okay. I am going to predict right now. This woman, like myself, is going to be talking with her hands a lot tonight. So, if you can't hear what she's saying, just watch her hands, and you'll be able to understand what's going on.
All right. Yes. So, Brian, you ready?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, it's my time. It's my time to do the thing. Guys, thank you again for listening in to our very own Midday Rush. I am your host, T-Bone. That is the boss, Roma Nation, the lovely Crimson, and the wise man, Brian. Please end us out, good sir!
All right, everyone, get off my lawn, stay on the sidewalk. Pretard Cast is coming up now.
Bye, guys.